Welcome in to TGI Friday, October 22nd on the Fun Astrology Podcast. Thomas Miller, thanks for stopping in here to take a look at the sky with me today. Actually, we're going to take a look at the next 3 days. We will be here with Stephanie tomorrow. Medical astrology, the question is about Saturn. Is Saturn a boogeyman in your chart? No, not at all. You know, we look at both sides. Structure, foundation. Find out how in the body Saturn relates to structure tomorrow. Remember, the 101 course will reopen next Saturday at noon Eastern Time on my birthday. So if you would like to get in on that, that will become available as well. And then next week, I want to do all listener questions, because we really have not much going on. We'll follow the moon changing signs, but that's it. So I thought we would turn to you, and I'm kind of backed up on questions. So somebody wanted to know about Kalasarpa Yoga. We'll talk about that. What about the Southern Hemisphere? Does this podcast apply there? Yes, it does, with some adjustments. Maybe we'll slip that in. Somebody asked about rectifying their birth time, and I think that's very important. And then Saturn on the ascendant, we'll talk about that too. So we've got some great questions. There are some others that I have not gotten to, so we're just going to do like lightning round with questions next week. How about that? And if you have one you'd like to throw down, either medical or just general astrology, go to funastrology.com. Up at the top is the speak pipe thing, and you can leave me an anonymous message, voice message, but you don't have to leave your name or your email unless you want to. Few more announcements than normal, but we've got a lot going on. So let's take a look at the sky for right now. First of all, this morning at 12:19 a.m., Mars squared Pluto. And this is one, even though tomorrow is Scorpio day, I wanted to camp out on Mars squaring Pluto because this is kind of a clash of titans in a way, if you think of it that way, because you're talking about two powerful planets. In fact, probably two of the most powerful paradigms in the chart. So let's not take this one lightly. Now, it's been applying, or waxing if you prefer to use that term. It's been moving toward the climax, which happened this morning about 4 hours from when this podcast got released. So today and tomorrow, we're really just experiencing the fullness of it. And then, of course, it will be waning off as Mars moves on. Pluto's just kind of sitting there, right? Mars is the mover on this one. So when we talk about the positive side of power, this is like mobilizing strength like nobody's business, except that it is a square. So you have to realize the rough edges of too much power, driving people crazy. One that I hear a lot, too strong. I did hear one, I saw one as I was doing some research, like activating our Kundalini energy. Whoa, there you go. You know, if you need to apply some spiritual power right now into a situation, it's there. And the other thing with Mars, and I know it well because it sits right on top of my sun, is physical activity, hiking, exercising. You know what I got this week? I couldn't stand it. I was talking to my brother about it. I got a kayak, and there's all kinds of water around here to do it. So I took it out. I had to give it a little maiden voyage. Oh, that's going to be fun. Another way to work a different part of the body. But, you know, rowing is good exercise just in and of itself. And I'm not going out there to just dabble around and, you know, dip the paddle in the water. Oh, no. You know, work out that aggression. I mean, my brother, he's into this, what do you call it, interval training, you know, where you burst and then you rest, you burst and you rest. Well, you can do that in a kayak, too. Plus, I mean, even an hour on the water, and you come back, and, I mean, you are just like butter. So, wow, okay, nice addition there. And that's what I'm saying is get out there and get that aggression. If you're feeling it, get out in nature. Get out, go to the gym, whatever you have to do. Knock out some push-ups, do some yoga, but be physical, be active. And yes, that too could also release that energy. Now, on the flip side of this, obviously when you take these two and put them together, you could have a real conflict. And speaking of sexuality, I mean, there's a big element of that even within Pluto. And with Mars here on the square, sexual secrets could come out. Things that you really would rather not have to address, because we are talking about a paradigm here of the 8th house, taboo. Throw a square on there, taboo being revealed when you don't want it to be. See where this could go? So the over-aggression is one side of the coin. The power struggles, the sexuality, the taboo is another side of the coin. And then massive spiritual insight, power, project, move it forward. Rocket fuel thrust is what we're talking about on the positive side. Now, the weekend activity all happens tomorrow. So the Mars, Pluto we just talked about, that's today, nothing else. Moon does go void, of course. It's going to be at 4:35 this afternoon Eastern Time. And it will complete that long void, of course, tomorrow morning, just about 4 o'clock a.m. when it moves into Gemini. So the fading Taurian moon today, by the time you wake up in the United States in the morning, will be a Geminian moon. And then, of course, tomorrow, the sun moves into Scorpio. That's at 12:51 a.m. Eastern Time. And that is the weekend outlook. We'll weave Scorpio into the conversation next week. But just know that as the sun moves in tomorrow, it's by itself. There are no other planets there. And the sun in Scorpio is actually not a bad signature at all. So we'll shine both sides of the Scorpio light next week. Have a great weekend. See you tomorrow with Stephanie, back here on Monday.